We are Samantha Farmer, Alina Huang, Maddie Laffey, and Jihei Pan talking about the chapters 13 and 14 in The Giver. So, to start, I have a few thought-provoking questions. So, basically, when we watched the North Korea video, it relates to The Giver, but how? Because when you live in the world of The Giver, you are told you have no choice. My thought of this is the North Korean children have been taught to sing songs about hating America and let's go bomb America, which is very bad, yes. So what are your thoughts about that?
I don't really... It actually predicts the diseases, which is kind of good but kind of bad, because some diseases you can't stop, so it would just make me really anxious.
Wait, where does that stop? In the North Korea video?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't really see how... It's kind of like The Giver, because in The Giver you said they have no choices. Like they can apply for release, but that's it. In North Korea, it's similar, because their great ruler is making them stay. They can't leave, and they have really no contact with any other places. Like The Giver, the communities have no contact with other communities.
I don't understand how it connects, but if you mean with how they can't
Their world.
how they can't have contact with others.
Not necessarily, but almost. Wouldn't you say how they can live with no choice, and it almost seems like the North Korean children have no choice in their lifestyles about learning how. There's no democracy
Because they know about the disease and they know what they can't do immediately, even if they want to do it.
And they know their song, whatever it is in Korean, but it's we hate Americans, Americans are stupid, la 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 la. So
That sounds bad.
Well, also in The Giver, they really have no choice what their rules are, and then
What their job is.
and then in North Korea it's kind of the same way, because then the ruler is making them do things. And
Yes.
then it's just like
they learn
do this and you're gonna worship me, even though I'm
they learn to accept, but they learn to accept their ruler. But even if you wouldn't want to accept it, you are forced to.
Yeah.
So it's not even like you have a choice. Okay, I'm gonna vote for Mitt Romney because I'm stupid. You sort of have to vote for Barack Obama.
Because there's only one other person. Well, unless there's more people, then you can vote.
So, okay, can we move on to the next one? Okay, so my next amazingly thought-provoking question. Okay, would you be able to live in the world of The Giver if you have already lived in a quote-quote free country with choice?
No.
Okay, well, okay.
I thought that some of the rules in The Giver were odd, and I had to read it over and over, and I still didn't understand.
Like what?
The part of releasing.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the first time I read that was kind of sad.
And then also, Maddie, what if you never had choice? Do you think, it's a really hard, I feel like this is a hard question to think about, because you would never know.
It's kind of like a personal question.
You would never know, because I personally sort of like to do my own thing and whatever, and if I was told, you can't be rude,
So you're in the Giver world first, and then you come to the free world?
No,
then they wouldn't be.
Yeah, because then they would.
So no, but what if you had never lived in the world of us before, where you sort of have your own choices?
They would since they think that you can't have any choices at all except for the receiver.
They don't know what choice is. I mean, to that.
I mean, their society is stupid. No offense.
Well, like the chief elder, it's really
very imperfect.
Well, no, the committee of elders know what choice is because they have to make the decision.
Against
But those are
choice.
decisions.
But like,
choice comes out.
Also, I'd like to ask this question again. It's right up here on the wall. What makes a perfect society? And not that we're gonna answer that question, but that goes into. I think we all agree the Giver is not a perfect society.
Definitely not.
sorry, but this is
And giving blue is not a perfect society.
but because like people have different
sort of
opinions, but a lot of people have the same thoughts about this.
It's kind of personal.
And then,
Next thought-provoking question.
next. Well, that is it for the starting. I had one more, but that sort of goes with the whole personal question idea. So, let's get started. Let's see. Jihei, I'm gonna have to go first. And Jihei is the literary, what?
Well, next.
Literary luminary. So
Yeah, but it's hard to remember.
you have to talk about the really details that Lois Lowry does in her book.
Yeah, it says like
Important quotes and things like
I
that.
didn't really write questions, but I thought we could just like build questions off.
Yeah. So start.
Okay, so here we go.
Well, the first thing, the quote I chose was when Jonas is reminiscing about, or he's kind of yelling in a way, I guess, making his point about decisions.
Kind of.
Yeah, it says, well, Jonas had to stop and think it through. If everything is the same, then there aren't any choices. I want to wake up in the morning and decide things. A blue tunic or a red one. I thought that was important because in the world of the Giver, they're not really allowed to make choices. But since he experiences memories with choices.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Can we converse about that question or that quote, because I think that's very important. The whole
because
Wait, can I ask a question?
Choices. He wants choices.
Can I ask a
I
question?
mean, would you want choices?
and he's like the only one who can who experiences
He's
choices.
the only one who can see color. Oh my gosh!
Everyone else
Here's a gray folder.
Get a gray folder, a gray
book.
Get a gray folder, a gray folder.
Alina's
Everything's so dull. So I really think why are you wearing a gray shirt?
Why are you wearing gray pants?
There's no. I think it's also a good thing because there's no gray is such a stupid color. Even if it is, everyone's wearing it.
Alina, why are you wearing a gray sweatshirt?
But in general, you guys. But in general, I think that it's important to have that. I'm gonna wear pink sweaters today.
No, I'm gonna wear a blue sweater today.
Trailing.
So it gives you that sort of difference, and that makes unique.
It kind of doesn't matter what color you're wearing, but this is important because in the Giver you're not allowed to make choices. But Jonas and the Giver, they're the only ones who can experience choices because in memories,
Because they can see
he's experienced things in memories that other people haven't with colors, so he wants to make the choice.
So sad. What do they do with their eyes?
I think that they might just have like dark eyes, and like Jonas and Gabriel have like.
I know, but like, what do you see? There's no. I mean, of course, you have the
kind of like
grayscale
It would be
difference.
kind of like black and white TV. Like some things is lighter and some things darker.
Okay. Well, I think we're sort of trailing almost a little bit. So, do you have another question, G?
The next one, the giver says he might make wrong choices. It doesn't really matter who he is, but it's
Wow, you guys finished really early.
But not having choices is sometimes good too, because then you wouldn't make any mistakes. Like you're the giver.
But the choice is the obvious choice.
Good to be in control of your life.
The obvious choice
here it says
may not be
here's
good.
this quote, and then but it's the same always, and then my little brother knows it's inaccurate. His name is Gabriel. Yes, I know about Gabriel. And then and that says, but now that I can see colors, at least sometimes I was just thinking, what if he could hold things up that were bright red or bright yellow and he could choose instead of sameness? And then the giver is saying he might make wrong choices.
Yeah.
I mean,
That was
think
important because, like, in this world there are wrong choices, but in the sense there are no wrong choices because there are certain things where it doesn't matter what you do.
Also, I think that especially with like how he brings up the infant Gabriel, like, okay, it's tummy time, he's learning muscle control, whatever. Does it matter if he grabs a yellow block or a red block? I think that at some point that rule or that whole you don't have the memory of color is stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did color ever do to you?
Well, because
Why does it have to be sameness? Is the question I'm going to throw
Because
out.
then they wouldn't be bullied because these differences.
Now you guys can.
But then it goes into your next two quotes, G-Hay.
well, that's kind of me. Well, that goes on with the what makes a perfect society. Because then if, like, since everything is the same, nobody's like, oh, hey, this is better, that's not.
Hey guys.
Okay, so your next thing goes with choices. If you make a wrong choice, it can be...
Yeah, because he was like, it could not save, and then Jonas says definitely not save, because when he's an infant, it doesn't really matter, like, whether he chooses, like, a red block or a yellow block, because it's, like, all the same to him, he can't see the colors.
But then the whole, like, health class is don't smoke. If someone ever, like, in high school goes up to you and says, hey, do you want to smoke? That goes into the make the wrong choices and not safe.
Yeah.
So I think that's important because it also connects into our life.
Well, when he's... Well, not safe... Well, it's safe as a child, but then when he is an adult, it's definitely... Well, not definitely not safe, but it wouldn't exactly be safe because...
It's hard to explain.
Yeah, well, because when he's an adult, it's in here. Jonas is laughing about what if you got to choose your own job
And your
and
own mate.
yeah, that kind
And
of
then
thing.
later-
Because if he makes like wrong choices when he's an adult, bad things can end up happening to him and family if he gets family.
Okay. So when you say not safe, what does he say not safe? Choices? If you can make your own choices, is that not
Yeah,
safe?
when you're not, like
Okay.
That's
So
what I
I
mean.
think that has to do with the whole not safe thing. Okay. Next question.
I don't think I really need this one,
Definitely
but I just put it
not
down
safe.
because this next one is the one where he's trying to transmit the color to Asher.
Like the one, do you see anything in these bushes?
Yeah, do you see the flowers?
Because I was just gonna tell the gardeners they need more water. I thought they were wilting. That one?
What I don't understand is, so they can't touch each other?
No.
like outside of family dwellings because it's considered rude.
Like this?
Because
Yeah, because it's considered rude.
Because, like, it's
like-
rude
But if
to
you think
punch
about it-
somebody. It's kind of like that, but, like, yeah.
Don't like hands to yourself. That's a big thing we've learned. So I can see how that's considered rude, and it's a rule that's considered rudeness. So I definitely
Depends
get
where
that.
you're touching.
Elena,
Sorry. Okay.
on the recording.
Okay. Also,
And then I also put it was extremely rude for one citizen to touch another outside of family units because I kind of thought that was important because he's trying to get awareness to his friends about color
it's another
and
rule.
pain and stuff. But since it's not really allowed, Asher's like, "What are you doing? This is like
Rude.
not in the rules. Bad
You shouldn't do
thing."
this.
Okay. Do you have
Is he even
one
And
more?
then the last one I did was, what wisdom do you get from hunger? Because
Speaking of hunger,
It makes you sweat.
Maddie, it's second period, and you're
and I
hungry.
didn't have breakfast.
Oh, I would give you my medicine. That would help.
Elena's turn.
No. Okay. So
would probably
let's
learn
talk
from hunger.
about that question. You would learn from hunger.
You would appreciate.
You would appreciate food. Yes, because every day you just expect, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to the lunchroom and eat lunch now. Oh, I'm gonna go home and eat dinner. But
in
if
their
you're
world.
starving, in their world, that's the same with them. They don't know starvation.
Because they
They don't know. I mean, they know what it feels like to be hungry, but they don't have the memories of like there are people who are
It's
starving.
just like a little bit of hunger.
Only
Also,
the
if-
giver and the receiver.
Only the
also
giver and giver.
if you're hungry, it's
It hurts.
It hurts. Yeah.
But you're not starving. But you're not starving if you're
well,
hungry.
because then you know what because
You can't.
Well, if you're like starving, kind of hungry, then you know what pain is, and then when you like get a cut or something, or you fall, or
So of course,
something like that, you know it's like not real pain
because
in a way.
no, but if you're starving, you know pain. That's of course why they didn't have that memory to the city. Like the only because it's pain. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You fall and scrape your knee.
I've done that a lot.
Yeah, I'm sure we've all done that a million times.
Like it's not the same kind of pain as hunger.
Hunger is more deep.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that's all I have.
And then before I move on to another person,
Here, I think
let's
Maddie
see.
should go last. Sorry, Maddie.
What? So I think that we should ask another question because not necessarily, but it might use your brain a little bit. Because even though Jihei, you weren't the summarizer, you brought up a good point about the whole Jonas and rules and why does no one have choice, another rule, sameness. So I feel like that's chapter 13 and 14 almost a little bit.
Arguing over
The other's not.
So I feel like this might be a little bit of a thought-provoking question, but about the whole choice and memories. This is a pretty general, stupid question, but why do you think they don't let people have the choice and memories, besides the fact of the whole it gives you pain? Do you think that it's too, like, obviously
Well, they kind of say like the whole
no pain?
Well, they
Well,
kind of,
I think
the
that
whole
they-
community will feel pain in a way that will affect how they live.
But in our community, almost everyone feels pain. Not everyone feels the same pain.
But that's why our society is so
Well, that's why there's society. Yeah,
That's why-
society is different than ours because since they don't
they don't feel pain. That they don't have any violence.
Yes, I was hoping you would bring up violence and like what you were saying.
Yeah, I just
because
found another good
about the quote that I don't have the exact quote written down, but it's something about maybe I have it. Let's see.
Yeah, I just found another good quote.
Okay. Without sadness and suffering, one cannot experience real happiness. That's the quote Mr. Choi gave us with the ignorance and bliss, etc., etc. So, would this have to do with the memories in effect of they don't really know how to feel happiness because they have like non-legit slight pain.
How long can this record?
But
Okay.
so yeah. And then so since we were talking about summarizing and stuff like that, I am going to hand our imaginary microphone over to Alina.
Wait, I have one more quote. Has to summarize in the next 10 seconds.
Oh yeah.
Wait, so Alina.
And those aren't
Okay,
said,
so you did.
Record over.
Jihei has one more question. So Jihei.
It says it's when Jonas is asking the giver if he can apply for a family unit, I guess.
Oh, yeah, with his
Yeah.
spouse.
Yeah, and then this is the part where the giver is telling him what kind of happened, I guess. It says, so there will be part of your life which you won't be able to share with the family. It's hard, and it was hard for me.
So basically, I feel like those would include books, memories, and pretty much your whole day.
I thought that kind of has to do with choices too, because these all have to do with choices.
Yes. And so I think that this would be, not to cut you off, Jihei, but a really good time again to go to Alina.
Yeah.
Because it has to do with the whole summary of chapter 13 and 14 are about the stupidness of how the giver has no choice.
Yeah.
Which brings out a very good conversation. So, Alina, the invisible microphone goes to you.
okay. So, after a lot of time and weeks, Jonas is learning about the past and all the colors and music and stuff. And he was starting to see color, but it wouldn't stay. And he started saying that it wasn't fair that nobody else can see color and nothing can stay colorful.
Well, I mean, but back to the color thing. Not everything could be gray. It had to have some grayscale.
Everything's in grayscale.
Yeah.
That's what we were saying. Yeah.
I thought you meant everything's gray. Wait, where am I going?
But also, so I know you're gonna ask some questions about this, but let's see, Alina. Okay, so when Jonas starts screaming about choice, what's your opinion about that? I think that was a good time to
Choice is
ask.
picking the colors or the
In general, what do you think about choice in the world of the giver? Do you think it would be a good thing if there was choice? Or do you think that would ruin their whole idea of the whole memory thing hidden?
What about their perfect society?
Well, if they still wanted a perfect society and they had choice, then it probably would ruin it. Because they would make wrong choices, then they would screw up the whole perfect society.
Yeah.
But
Perfect.
perfect society. So, but if it was us, we of course we had choice. So if we had choice, it would be good because if we did something wrong, we would be able to do it again. We sometimes do it better. Sometimes it's not going to be good when you get it wrong the first time because you might not have a second chance.
Okay, sorry about interrupting you with a question, but you can keep going. Okay.
So Jonas starts talking about deciding stuff like Jihei's quote before about the tunics and, and Gabriel taking the color toys. And he he starts saying that it's not really fair that you can't choose something.
So he's like ruining this whole idea of the perfect society.
Yeah, he's questioning why they can't choose it. If it's a perfect
Questioning
society.
the amazingness of how perfect this society is.
Yeah.
It works.
Okay, so now what? What happens after that, Alina?
So he starts saying that it's not safe to have choices.
So he's going back on what he just said.
Yeah, he's
But I think this is a very important part of the story. How he changes his, but I feel how he changes his decision or state of mind. But I think that has to do with. I think he's saying that very like. Well, that would be so unfair. How we have no choices.
and someone else
But
makes
then
it work.
again, you know,
we
it's
did have
totally
choices-
not safe.
So it's good.
Definitely not safe. You
So
know,
it's good someone's
Yeah,
making
that's
choices
what
for
he's-
us.
and that's almost how I figured in my mind. Ow.
He's contradicting himself.
Yes. Okay. Anything else? You know?
So he tried to, after the contradictory of his decision-making stuff, he tried to transfer the color, the seeing beyond of his color to his friend Asher, like Jihei quoted before about the flowers. And you know what? When Jihei was reading her quote, I had a question. How does Gabriel receive and no one else receives?
Because because Jonas makes the decision to give Gabriel anyone
On accident.
Anyone.
Like with this
No. But then he grows to give it to him more often. Anyone could get a memory. I mean, in this, I guess in their world, it's like magic, sort of.
When he's trying to transmit it to Lily and Asher, it doesn't work.
That's because he
He's trying
wasn't
to
like.
transmit the
That's because they
colors,
weren't like
not the
laying
memories.
down.
Well, that's because they weren't focused into. Gabriel's a baby. He's sort of in that like relaxed, the state of mind.
I was thinking it kind of has to do with like the light eyes.
Yeah, maybe because
Because
all of the
Did the
givers
giver have light eyes?
Yeah, I think it said that he had light eyes too. The giver.
Yeah, he had light eyes.
What about Rosemary?
Rosemary had pale eyes,
Pale.
I think.
Yeah, because
Right?
So something with the eyes.
yeah, because
Being able to see
Color.
beyond
Because-
and like hear beyond.
CBI, I
It's
think.
not like he has like light ear.
yes, and because when Jonas tried to transmit the memory of the elephant to Lily, she
she got hurt. He like
Yeah,
squeezed
yeah.
her to death.
Yeah, and she was.
Yeah, but she's
Yeah, but that was on her hand, not
yeah,
on
she
her
still
back.
didn't.
Yeah.
She still didn't get it.
And about the whole no. But I
Yeah.
don't even think he was trying to transmit a memory. He was just saying like, oh Lily, did you know that there once were elephants?
And
I
she
know, he said
scoffed
that-
at
No,
it.
but
And then she was
did
like,
try to
stop
transmit a
being
memory
silly.
to
And
her.
then he's like, oh, I'm sorry. And then she's like, accept your apology. Yep. Okay, so
Don't check it.
It's so complicated.
anything else?
Can I go?
I think it's 13 or 14 too.
Can you just read off here? Oh, whatever.
No, I can't.
Summarize.
So after he was trying to transmit the color to Asher, the next day he got the memory of an elephant burying his friend because he got mutilated by his tusks. It was really sad. So, and after that, like Samantha already said, Jonas tried to
Give Lily.
give Lily the memory of the elephant, the being of the elephant, that they were once really real, and she didn't believe him, of course.
Wait, so
She
they
doesn't have the
can't
memory.
they can't give like a part of the memory. They have to give the whole memory.
Yeah.
No, I think you can give parts.
I mean, I think
Like the first half or something.
But then how would if you could only give her the memory? I hate to like go all the way to the end of the book. How did the sled get there?
Dun dun dun.
Because that's I guess with the
Christmas
whole
town.
like I guess with
Christmas, so
the
maybe
Town,
some
yeah,
kid
so-
left it out there.
I don't know. Okay, never mind. That was just a thought.
Yeah, that's the creepy sled.
Wait, what with the
So he was talking about his spouse and his family unit and blah blah blah. We already talked about that. So, and then Jonas asked about the successor 10 years ago. And Rosemary. Dun, dun, dun. So she couldn't handle the pain of the memories.
So she applied for release, which is legal at that time.
And then all of the
Horrible and good and horrible. But
All the memories were released to the citizens, and they were overwhelmed. They never knew feelings before.
Well, when you keep like scraps of memories, that's kind of
giving horror to the community.
Well, Jonas was only giving part of the memories to Gabriel because
only the good memories.
Yeah, but no, he still had them because he had to.
He had a whiff of the memory.
No, because when it was cold and he had the memories of warmth.
Yeah, he gave pieces of it.
Yeah, because he gave. He only gave pieces of it, and then that's.
He brought it. He brought it to Gabriel and himself, and right when it was coming, he stopped it. So it would still
that's
submerge,
pieces of it
but then stop. But I mean, then he would still have the full memory. But it's something that wears out.
Because then he doesn't have some of the memory, but there's
Because he
still.
transfers
So they can't give
Yeah.
parts of the memory.
Okay, is that all, Alina? Or do you have?
So they started talking about
Family.
family, and then the giver accused the teachers of not knowing anything because they didn't have the memories to fully understand what it meant.
Oh yeah.
So, blah, blah, blah. So the next day after that, he asked the giver for
The Jonas.
yes, the giver for pain because he knew he'd have to get the pain sometime.
Yeah, wait, he got the sled where he practiced like
the giver said to start with something familiar.
He didn't exactly ask
a
for
sled
it,
ride.
but is this the part where he's
Sled
before
ride
we be
gone
sent
wrong.
away, or is this the warfare part?
No, it's not the one. That's terrible.
The sled where it
It breaks his bone or something.
and then his face is all bloody.
Okay.
Because all the ice turns.
So we're at the end, right, of
Chapter 13.
So, is there anything we want to discuss about chapter 13? Before we go on to chapter 14? Okay, before reading chapter 14, just one more question, because some of us might be falling asleep. Okay, so actually, Jihei, you should have a few questions, because let's see. No, you shouldn't have questions, but you should have at least 3 literary devices.
I have questions.
No, I know, but they're all the literary devices.
I don't really know what kind of literary devices she would use for these chapters, because
Do you know in the overall book? Because this might keep us thinking,
What's considered literary device?
metaphors, idioms, similes.
does she use, okay, besides descriptive language.
For 16 chapters, not really. But for the whole book, I guess she would use
I think
She makes you feel like you're actually there.
she uses comparisons with, an as,
well,
Yeah, sometimes
and without, an as.
Yeah.
So she uses similes and metaphors, but I don't think she uses idioms as much.
no, not idioms.
Not at all, I don't think. I mean, unless there are some,
She doesn't even use expression.
stealing something from a blind pig or whatever.
No, she never used idioms.
She never
she doesn't
uses,
use idioms.
Taking candy from a baby.
Yeah, because
Taking a baby from candy.
Easy as pie, piece of cake, nothing.
No.
Nothing like that.
Yeah. Okay, we should keep this conversation going because we're getting a little short on time. So,
But how much longer do we have?
Alina.
Okay, so in the memory, this was much like the first memory he got of the sled, sliding down the sled. But this time it was colder and the snow was not soft anymore. It was all coated with bluish ice. It's all hard. So when the sled started moving forward, Jonas didn't know pain yet, so he thought that it would be just like the first exhilarating ride in the first memory. But of course, the runners couldn't slice through the frozen ice because it's too hard. So he fell and he twisted his leg, and his face scraped along a bunch of ice, and there's a lot of pain. He learned the word fire because his name felt like fire looking at his face.
Okay, is that any next?
So that's like the highlight of 14, right?
Okay, so that's basically a short summary. So, is there any other big points that we need to discuss in chapter 14?
And then 14 is also the families, and then Rosemary, the story.
I believe
13 is the story, yeah.
Well, 14 is like about families.
Kind of. It's like being lonely. Because he said, they've never known pain, so he feels all lonely. Because he only knows, like, real pain. They only know, like, shallow impatience or something.
Okay, so can we move on? One more thing that you forgot is Gabriel, the first
Oh, yeah, of the sailboat.
On accident.
Yeah, on accident.
And then another important point maybe for Jihei. Let's see. That he had the power frightened him. He decided not to tell.
Which was probably a good thing.
About the you don't know because he never told. It could have been
Okay, so can we move on to one more question, just to keep our thing going, and then we'll still have about. Okay, so let's see some connections that I thought of. So
We already did that.
text to self. Do you ever feel like you are the only one who carries all of the pain, but even sometimes all of the good? Or like, yes, because like Jonas, he gets really angry about like, why are we the only ones who have these? No one has choices. No one has like.
We should be able to share these.
But like, who can share the
But of
pain?
course, the citizens don't want this.
Okay, so that was just a little thinking question. But now I think we have a few vocabulary questions left for the last. Now what? Analysis.
Okay.
Invigorating. It's an adjective, making one feel strong, healthy, and full of energy.
When was I used?
Maddie, the vocab words. What page was it on?
Oh, I didn't write that down.
Oh, okay. No, that's fine. It's fine. She didn't do it. We don't care.
It's an adjective of a place. Exposed to strong winds. The second definition is it's also an adjective, a person or their appearance affected, shaped, or mused by exposure to the wind. The third word is tufts. One noun, a bunch or collection of something, typically threads, grass, or hair, held or growing together at the base. To, it's a verb, with an object, usually be tufted, provide something, with a tuft or tuft.
What's
Like a flash drive?
Like a flash drive.
I'm reading it.
Sorry.
3. A verb with object. Needlework. Make depressions at regular intervals in a mattress or cushion by passing a thread through it. 4. A noun. A bunch of small blood vessels, respiratory tentacles, or other small
Anatomical.
structure.
Big words.
Okay, any character analysis?
I'm not done with this. Jarred. You guys probably should know this, right?
Here, just
Jarred.
Sounds violent.
Here, just read the definition.
1.
That has to do with the story.
Verb
not
with
all.
object. Send a painful or damaging shock through something,
Wasn't that
especially
the one
one part
where
of the body.
That was his face, wasn't it? He was going
No, that was when he was jarred into the air. 2. Verb, no object. Strike against something with an unpleasant vibration or jolt. 3. Verb, no object. Have an unpleasant, annoying, or disturbing effect. 4. Verb, be in bruise in a striking or shocking way. 5. Noun, physical shock or jolt. Rhythmically, adjective having or relating to rhythm, to occurring regularly. Question: What does Jonas feel like when he accidentally transmits memory to Gabriel?
Is that one of the vocabularies or
No,
it's
that's
just
not it.
Is this part of the
Character analysis.
Do you have any character analysis that you did? Oh, okay.
It's a group thing. Okay. He felt frightened because he had this wonderful power of giving,
And he didn't
and
know he
Gabriel
could do
received it. Yeah.
Well,
Well, I mean, that doesn't really make sense because if he's a receiver, he kind of has to be able.
Okay, but he's
So
really
maybe he was too young. Maybe
he's frightened by this power that he has because he's never experienced it before.
Any other questions?
Why does Jonas suggest to move Gabe's crib into his room?
because he wasn't sleeping soundly. They were
So then-
waking
You're
up the
gonna have to
parents.
wrap it up very soon, okay?
He felt
Sounds like you're having awesome discussions.
Jonas felt that he could calm him down.
he felt sympathetic for his parents,
So
so he gave him a break. Yeah.
Okay. Is
Gabe's
that all?
restlessness.
Is that
No,
all?
one more question. Why has Jonas never felt real, true pain before?
because they don't have the memories.
Because no one has the memories. Only Jonas does. Wait, was the question, why does Jonas never feel pain? He's felt
Why
pain.
has he never?
Before he got memories?
True pain.
Yeah.
Sure, no, he's felt true pain.
No, before the memory.
Before the memories, he hasn't, though.
Yeah, but it's deeper pain than the memories.
Well, because in
Yeah.
the memories, death and stuff, that's
Yeah.
way harder to endure than physical pain.
Only the receivers feel true suffering because they hold the memories of the past.
Okay.
Okay, so thank you for listening to our nagging conversation. If you're actually listening to all the way at the end, this has been broadcasted to you by GarageBand and Samantha Farmer, Alina Huang, Madeline Malafi, and G.A. Epipapan. Thank you for watching.
Dun, dun.